this LGD comp. They want to go in, they want to engage, and it's going to be the likes of the Lady Shen and the Long to protect themselves on the backline.
Yeah, but you've got the likes of the Hugh Huan and the Dolia as well, so you can have just double the amount of airtime with the VKS combo, and we know that Hugh Huan has one of those fastest farm rotations as well. She's able to clean that jungle, super fast, super clean, and then you're going to have the Dolia that's going to be able to give over that double ultimate as well. But another thing that I like to see here is Seiza gets that Lady Sun.
Yeah, Seiza getting the Lady Sun is one of his most played picks this year. We saw it a lot in the HOK BR as well. Obviously, VKS being the 2 times HOK BR champions, being the Season 1 Invitational champions. Can they go one step further in this tournament as we go into the game?
We can only hope so for our Brazilian region going against the Malaysian region. The only time these two teams have played against each other was in the group stages, so it's no longer the first time that we're going to actually be seeing them play against each other on the stage, but it's going to be a marathon, like Ken said. It's no longer about that sprint. Let's get our top picks. Let's just smash them in one round.
Yeah, I feel like for LGD, this is going to be really, really huge for them. This Orgrin jungle pick for Musang King was one of the main reasons why LGD Gaming beat VKS in the group stage. That was a 9-minute win in the group stage. So VKS definitely need to kind of adapt, but I feel like they've just been growing throughout the tournament. You know, maybe the group stage didn't really suit them with the best of 1 format, but when it comes to these best of 3s and best of 5s, this is their time to shine.
Absolutely. I mean, even if they don't win game 1, it doesn't mean that they're going to be out of the competition just yet. They still have potential of 4 rounds to go from that point. But I feel like if they are going to get any kind of victory in this one, you're going to be trying to see if they can get to that late game potential for VKS, because there is quite a lot of late game on their roster right now. You've got the Lady Sun that we're going to only see activate once she gets that itemization through, but Princess Frost is just going to be ready when she gets to that level 4.
Yeah, I think the big thing as well is that with the U1 is actually one of the quickest, as you mentioned, jungle clears in the game, with Orgrin as well also being very, very quick. So it doesn't really give Musang King that much time to invade, because by the time he invades, the whole jungle's already gone. So it's really down to when it comes to the ganks with these 2 junglers as well. We know the crowd control that the U1 can bring. And it's all about Orgrin to see if he can look for the flanks and try and look for that crazy amount of sustained damage that he can bring.
Yeah, it's definitely a less aggressive pick here for VKS. Danny, we've normally seen him on the likes of the Musashi, on the Luna as well, when the LGD last played against VKS. So going for the Hugh Huan makes it seem like Seiza and Niap are probably going to be the most aggressive in this team, because Hugh Huan's just going to be there for utility, for just getting that heal in, the knockups as well, and then you're going to have Princess Frost just trying to get that zone in, that nuke damage going off for the mid lane.
Yeah, I mean, VKS is definitely a team that likes to focus a lot of their gold on their farm lane carry, on Seiza, one of the players that has the most gold in all of their games. Making sure that you get all the gold on Lady Sun is going to be even more crucial.
Yeah, we don't like to see the utility farm lanes come through for Seiza. There is a bit of engage in here for LGD, trying to give some aggression. Not quite as well-timed as I thought it would be, because obviously the Tyrant is not yet up for another 55 seconds, but you can kind of see the mind games already coming in.
Yeah, the Purify coming in for Seiza as well, making sure that he doesn't get knocked up by the Liam Po. Really, really smart choice by Mena and Seiza to both go for the Purify in the bot side, since there is so much crowd control on the side of LGD Gaming. You know, you have things like the knock-up from the Lady Shen, the knock-up from the Liam Po as well.
Yes, plenty of knockups coming through onto the side of LGD, but I don't think that's going to stop VKS anytime now, because they are now going in for another engage. Liam Po, we have the rotation from Musang King as well as Lady Shen with a knockup onto 1. That is going to negate that try back in that farm lane against LGD.
First blood to Musang King, another one to add to his list for kills at the moment in this tournament. Incredible job for Musang King to be able to counter gank in the end. I think the big thing was Princess Frost was trying to get that priority in the bot side, but you can see how Orgrin could just rotate so quickly throughout the game, just being able to go from camp to camp, go from lane to lane, and that's going to give LGD that small advantage early on.
And this is what that bot lane play was all setting up, was for that Tyrant. And it's now coming through, but VKS, Danny, looking like he's got the priority here. Orgrin coming through. No, the smite comes in way more earlier for VKS. So Tyrant coming over to VKS means there's a lot of damage coming through into this next team fight. Orgrin trying to take down Niap here, trying to put a little bit of pressure onto their clash lane. Mayeen, as you can see, from the far left, the stun come through. Here comes a Seismic Smash from Liempo, but there is no follow-up from LGD.
Oh, it's so extremely close. I thought Musang King was going to get caught. Really nice stun there by one in the end on Princess Frost, doing an incredible job. But oh, it's actually the jungler Danny being caught out, but it might be traded back here. But Mayeen has so much mobility, using the flash to escape as well. Danny being caught completely off guard in the jungle.
Yeah, I was giving highlight to Mayeen. You could see her just lingering on the Azure Golem side. You know what was about to happen there. Just trying to just clean up anything, any of the leftovers from that last team fight. We saw that no kills were given over to the side of LGD for VKS, but they were very low.
Yeah, extremely low, and it was all down to that mid lane fight. You know, as you mentioned, with VKS taking that Tyrant, they wanted to try and force a team fight with the extra damage you're able to get with the Tyrant, but the Amp might be completely caught out as well in the top side of the map. The burst damage from Long in the end. Support getting the kill, which is not always great, but it is going to secure them a tower in our top sides.
Yeah, a life for a life, but then they also get a tower on the clash lane. They're able to pick one up for themselves in that farm lane. So again, we're seeing that VKS are already trying to dominate the map a little bit more than getting those kills. As we can see, they haven't quite yet to get a kill on the board. Maybe it's the objective game that they're looking for.
I really like kind of this split map that LGD Gaming are doing right now. They're realizing that maybe the Lady Sun can do a lot of damage to the Long in the early game. So rotating the Long and the Liempo to the top side, completely catching out Niap on guard, just gives JR a lot more solo gold. They actually took 2 towers in that clash lane as well, so just showing how much damage you can do with Long.
Yep, T2 down in the 6th minute as well. We saw a nice untargetable come from Danny there, because that could have been a huge engage from Jia on the side of LGD. Speaking of engages here, though, Musang King and the Lady Sun are very close nearby, and we're already seeing that macro play come from Xiang on LGD. They get the T1 down into the farm lane as well.
Oh,
Untargetable comes through.
Yeah, Untargetable comes through, and maybe the stun's going to be enough as well, but no, the ability in the end from the Hugh-1, but here comes Cavalry for LGD. The Orgrin got to try his best to try and kill out Danny, but it is going to go down. The Dolia tried to reset the Hugh-1 ultimate, but didn't come up in time.
Yeah, a little bit unfortunate there for VKS. I feel like LGD just know how to sort of move around as a team. And we're already seeing the Lone Ranger that is Xiang. He's always just in the enemy jungle, just kind of just waiting for the time to strike. But at that same time, he's just trying to push the T2 into the farm lane. Because if those 2 T2s go on those side lanes, that's just the same amount as pressure as losing your T1 in the mid lane.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like in general, LGD having 3 towers being taken at the moment is really a big sign for their gold lead right now, and you can see they've got a lot of confidence that they're trying to invade in the jungle.
Yes, not quite getting that Azure Golem for themselves, LGD Gaming, but it goes over to VKS, which is huge for Danny's hero right now. He needs that mana, and if he lost that Azure Golem, it would have been a troublesome 60 seconds for him until the next one came up. Mayeen, again, just still macro plays from Xiang. We normally see it from JR.
Yeah, I think the big thing is that VKS are really trying their best to try and defend this mid lane tower, and they're giving up so much pressure in the split sides of the map.
Yes, and again, the T1 falls. This is just true LGD fashion, just dominating that map. And look at the goal difference, Stu. We're going into the 8th minute here, and they're up by 5.4K.
Yeah, I love the split pushing by LGD in this game. I feel like they've done extremely well. As I mentioned, that split map that they were able to do, getting JR into the top side, being able to take both the tier 1 and the tier 2 tower. You can see also Long going back into that clash lane, creating pressure. I think Vivo Keys at the moment are so grouped that they're not respecting the split pushing coming in from LGD.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a tunnel vision coming through here. We see that Danny's trying to get another kill onto Xiang, but that is just to keep that Mayeen alive. alive, but we have Maynard, we have Caesar here as well, but the rest of the boys from LGD are going in. There is Siang picking up the kill onto Maynard. Down goes Siang, though. That is a 1-1 trade, 2-1 trade for LGD, sorry. That is a lot of combat going on right now on this map, and we're getting to that 9-minute mark, which is where VKS lost before. JR completely wiping out that Clash lane.
Triple kill in the end for Musang King. They're going to try and look to finish this game in the same time that they were able to in the group stage. 9 minutes and 30 seconds. LGD draw first blood in this best-of-5 semi-final.
Yes, LGD Gaming manages to get that first blood this time around, and the first victory in this best-of-5.